Hey, I'll coming to you from international headquarters of ScottieDTV, but I was on a Concept 1 Pulley Systems track day at Atlanta Motorsports Park, and they had a 1964 Chevelle they invited that I think y'all are going to like. Let me get the camera turned around, we'll take a quick look at it. Kent, what a cool street machine. Tell me a little bit about it.
This is our blue 1964 Chevelle. We just have finished up with it. I think we put 500 miles on it the last couple of weeks. That was a car that started for a good customer and a good friend that just kind of, I don't know, along the way, it just kind of grew into a little more and a little more.
Like they all do.
Like they all do.
Right.
Initially, he had the car like 13 years, and initially the car was built in '05 for an individual, and the car went on power tour. It was on the cover of a couple of magazines, and believe it or not, the guy went to the store one night, bought the magazine, saw the car, loved it, tracked it down and bought it. And I think '06 or '07.
That's cool.
Along the years, he made several changes. When it came to me, it had like a 572 big block in it, and he had, you know, big exhaust and big headers and no brakes and, you know, lots of problems. It looked great, but it just didn't function. We mutually agreed with that car. The paint was at about 80% quality, you know, or maybe a little less than what we could do. Gaps weren't perfect, but, you know, we wanted to take the car, and basically we used it as a test bed for our company for some of the newer technology. At the time, wasn't a lot available options for chassis, so we took the double adjustable shocks, big sway bars, spindles, huge wheelwood brakes, and we elected to go with an LSX 454 engine, and it's a T56 six-speed transmission. 64s and 65s are notorious. The frame hangs down below the rocker panels. It's hard to get the stance right on the cars. The front bumpers are a lot higher than the rocker panels are. So to a lot of Chevelle guys, you know, they kind of consider that the 64s and 5s sometimes a stepchild to the 66s and 67s. And we've done both, but along the way we wanted to see what we could do aesthetically to that car to make it have the look. The performance was there. I mean, it was huge. So we kept the original paint that was on the body, and we call that a Heritage Series car. It's an older show car that we take that's already, you know, got pretty good paint, and we update it to the modern technology. And this was a pretty good test bed compared, because it's for an owner that had had this car a long time, but he hadn't really dabbled or got his feet wet in the modern stuff. We took the fiberglass hood. It was really tall. We cut it up, leveled it out. We actually cut the sealing surface out of the bottom of the hood and relocated it, built a functioning cold air box on the engine so that it has a functioning cold air conduction.
Yeah, how cool is that?
And then we threw, you know, a lot of the modern stuff at it. It's got a, you know, handmade leather interior in it. Believe it or not, the way things evolved, we got the car nearly done, but we just weren't satisfied with the stance and the heights of the car. So we sat down and handmade a ground effects package, or an aero package, we call it. We made the air dam, we made the side skirts, we made the split rear spoiler, and it drastically changed the look. The guy that owns the car wasn't so sure until we built it in a mock-up form and put it on the car. And we made him look at it for a couple of weeks, and we agreed that we'd go proceed with it, and we built it. Now, in retrospect, when you look at that package, I can't imagine the car without it now.
Right. Made it a lot more aggressive.
A lot more aggressive.
Kind of tied everything together.
Believe it or not, my wife came in and we'd built an air dam on the car the first go around, and he asked her what she thought one day, and she said, well, the car looks really mean on the front end and just nothing on the rear. She said it's unbalanced, and sometimes it takes an extra set of eyes.
Sure.
She does that for me a lot, because you kind of get so involved with it.
Well,
with
a female perspective is different than a male's
it is.
too. Yeah.
When you get so involved with a project, you can't see the forest for the trees sometimes.
Yeah, tunnel vision for sure.
She said, you know, we had put blue, all the stuff on the front of the car was modernized, but we hadn't really done anything on the back of the car. So to keep it balanced, we went and built a rear wing on the back to go around, you know, along with the air dam on the front. We had mocked it up with a splitter at one time, but it just seemed like a little bit too much. I never did really like, you know, with the 64s and 65s, trying to get that height right. But when we made the side skirts on the car and we made the air dam, it kind of really tied it all together and gave us the whole package. And it was to be honest with you, it wasn't one of those things that was planned from the beginning.
Right, kind of step by step.
Step by step, and that this customer, he's with us every week. He comes up every week, and we kind of work with him and make changes. And sometimes, you know, most of the time we go in the right direction, but sometimes we don't, and we have to, you know, having renderings done and planning.
What size wheels you running on?
Those are 18s.
All the way
Billet
around.
Specialties, yeah, and it's got the Nitto, I think it's Nitto 555 tires. So I was a little bit, you know, afraid of it to start with. But with the Hotchkiss 4-length stuff is under it and the sway bars and stuff, and the modern technology there is in tires now, we were able to dial it in. It hooks up great, it launches, it is.
And what'd you say you're running under the hood?
It's an LSX 454.
Concept 1 pulley system.
Concept 1 pulley system,
Gotta
wide
have that.
drive. Gotta have that.
Right on.
Matter of fact, that was one thing that all of my higher horsepower applications, they just keep evolving and evolving. They're making systems now that when you make big power, you never have to worry about that with them.
Flipping bolts and stuff.
Nope.
Yep, I keep working on it.
Not an issue.
Great guys, great company.
Great
guys.
company to work with. Great guys. I can't say enough about those guys. And
Kent, you did a beautiful job on this car, brother. Thanks so much for bringing it out.
thank you. I appreciate it.
So there you go from the 2019 Concept 1 Pulley Systems track day from the Atlanta Motorsports Park, a 1964 Chevy Chevelle. Hope you all enjoyed it. See ya! Hey y'all, make sure you subscribe to this channel and visit ScottieDTV.com for an easy way to search the hundreds of videos I have posted. Either click the link in the description or the one at the end of this video.